Dread Knights, how are you all doing today on this Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern afternoon? As you can see, I made good on my promise. We're going to be playing Diablo IV today. Last time that I wanted to play it, we had a little bit of hiccup, so I had to move the game over to my main hard drive, because every once in a while you kind of need a fresh install. The audio for the game's going to come up here in a minute when I switch over. Okay, so we're going to be playing Diablo IV. I'm going to be playing Druid build. I'll just go over it really quickly for those of you who probably haven't seen my Druid build before. Let's see. Let's go over basic movesets here. Alright, so basically I want 1 point into Maul, nothing else here. Actually, correction, that's just from armor skill. So technically you want 1 point into Earth Spike, 1 point into Enhanced Earth Spike, 3 points into Heart of the Wild, 3 points into Wild Impulses, 3 points into Abundance, 3 points technically with the armor into Landslide, but really it's 1 point. 5 points into Pulverize, but because of the build that we have like certain things on armor to enhance it more. 1 point into Enhanced Pulverize, 1 point into Primal Pulverize. Over here on this side, we're going to take 3 points into Predatory Instinct, 3 points into Iron Fur. Right here, we are going to have 5 points into Landslide, preferably via the armor, so it's just basically 1 point. Here we have 1 point into Earthquake Wind, 1 point into Enhanced Earthquake Wind, and 1 point into Preserving Earth Bulwark. Down here, we have 1 point into Debilitating Roar, 1 point into Enhanced Debilitating Roar, 1 point into Preserving Debilitating Roar. Over here, for the companion skills, we want 3 points into Nature's Reach. We're taking nothing else. Moving down to the wrap skills, we want basically, it'll queue up here, 1 point into Boulder through armor skills, but I don't really use that. 3 points into Crushing Earth, 2 points into Safeguard, 3 points into Stone Guard, 1 point into Trample, 1 point into Enhanced Trample, 1 point into Savage Trample. I know for the build, it looks like there's some things where I have more points than one. Anything that has a blue point basically means that an item, as you see there, item contribution, is giving me additional points. If you could get some to get you 5 points and stuff that you normally would have 1 point in, it would be preferential for this build. Moving on to ultimate skills, we're going to take 3 points of Defiance, 1 point of Circle of Life, 3 points into Resonance, 3 points into Natural Disaster. Then moving down here, we have 1 point into Grizzly Rage, 1 point into Prime Grizzly Rage, 1 point into Supreme Grizzly Rage, 2 points into Heightened Senses, 2 points into Quick Shift. This is only via, as you see, item skills are contributing to this. Moving down into the key passives, what we want is Earth and Might, nothing else. So this is basically a pulverized Druid build. I won't go over Paragon because that's something you've really kind of got to figure out. As for the pieces that we have right now, a Vassal's Prayer, we have an Insatiable Fury, we have the Runic Gloves of Rampaging Werebeast, because we're just basically putting the aspect of that on here. We have the Runic Legs of Disobedience, so it's the aspect of Disobedience here. For the boots, we have the Ballistic Primal Sebaceans, which is basically just the one where Fortify your Earth skills grant 2+ ranks. Here we have Shockwave Horn Cudgel, which is basically we're just using the Pulverize aspect that creates a shockwave that travels forward, dealing 196% of its damage to targets in its path. Then from here, basically we want a necklace that has the Trample aspect that says Trample now summons 6 Landslide Pillars of Earth during its duration that deal 132% normal damage. Trample is now also a natural magic and Earth skill. Then from here, we have the Hunter's Zenith Ring, which basically says that you gain a bonus when you kill it with a shape-shifting skill. So, Werewolf, your next non-ultimate Werebear skill costs no resources and no cooldown. When it's Werebear, your next Werewolf skill will heal you for 129. But I'm only using it right now as a placeholder till I get a specific ring that I'm looking for that hasn't dropped. Circle of Unseen Horror. This basically says Pulverize is now also an Earth skill after casting Pulverize. Tectonic Spikes continue to deal 3,213 damage over 2 seconds. And that's basically all we have. We're going to grind this up to level 100. I might not do it entirely on stream. This is just kind of like a grinding chill stream. Obviously, Season 5 is out. I'm playing on Eternal Realm now. Keep that in mind because I just don't feel like doing another season. Oops. We just mess up. Yeah, I tried to put something I don't want on here, yeah. Obviously, we need higher item powers, too, so we can swap out stuff like that, so keep that in mind. We're gonna do, basically, Nightmare Dungeons to start the rotation for today, so we're at A2. So this would be fine to do. I also will pop a elixir. Let's see, do I have one with overpower damage? Or fortify? That's preferably what I'm looking for. Critical strikes could be useful. Let's use this one. Alright, so let's go. Where is the Nightmare Dungeon that I popped? It should be on the map somewhere. There it is. There's a little icon that tells you where to go most of the time, so let's go here. And we're basically going to be doing Druid Grinding. I know a lot of people have been wanting me to play Diablo IV again. The reason I really haven't been playing Diablo IV is honestly I'm waiting for the expansion that comes out in October. That being the Vessel of Hatred, which will continue the story, add new game content to the game. It's not that I dislike Diablo IV, because it's in a better state than when it originally released. My major issue with it, really at the moment, is just that, you know what, there's not too much in terms of experiences that I haven't already done, so I get a little bit tired grinding out characters to like level 100 or remaking seasonal character. But with the Vessel of Hatred, obviously they're introducing a new class, so we'll have the Spiritborn, so we'll have things to play around with. And we'll have like story to go through to continue the story to see if we'll get... I'm assuming Mephisto is going to be the central focus of that expansion, and probably whatever will be maybe most likely the last expansion, although I believe Blizzard has said that they wanted to do yearly expansions. I don't think that's really going to be feasible for them, just because I don't know if they can kind of pull a World of Warcraft with Diablo. You know, not with Diablo in particular in franchise. Everybody's usually, if you play Diablo for a long time, you're used to getting either one expansion, like in Legacy, or not Legacy, Lord of Destruction, which is Diablo 2's only expansion that it got. Or, if you remember Diablo 3, you got the Necromancer expansion, and then we got the final expansion that introduced Mephiel into the game, and just introduced a new chapter. What was that called again? I forget, because I had the Eternal Collection for Diablo 3. It evades me. Reaper of Souls was the expansion. That was the final expansion for Diablo 3. Thank you for the person who pointed that out to me. Yeah, Reaper of Souls was what it was. So, you know, I'm expecting probably Diablo 4, they changed their mind on trying to make this like World of Warcraft, and we probably only see like 2 expansions. Even though there is room for 3 expansions. Like, you could do one of the Primevals an expansion, right? So, like, introduce... Obviously, Mephisto's going to come back in this expansion. And that's spoiler, because anybody who played the game and saw the trailer, you would know this by now, just based on how the game is. And the game's been out, what? This is the first year anniversary of the game, which honestly feels like this game's been out way longer than that. So, you know... In that retrospect, like, I'm expecting Mephisto this expansion, then probably the next expansion, Gale? And Diablo? And if they do break it up into 3, then Diablo will probably be the last. I am a little bit upset over the fact that Diablo is not featured, actually, in Diablo 4 in the base game, because every Diablo game has featured the Lord of Terror in the base game, so that's something that kind of always barred me with Diablo 4, because it doesn't really feel like, Diablo 4 is Diablo 4, it's more like Lilith 1, right? That's always been the general criticism, and, you know, to a certain retrospect, I can understand people complaining about that, because I kind of was a little bit, not barred, but a little bit disappointed at the fact that, like, going through story campaign, you're expecting, like, a bonus chapter. We gotta go back that way to open their door. You're expecting Diablo, right? Just based on, like, the formula tradition. So they change it up, which I give them credit for changing things up, because it, you know, it left us a little bit, but at the same time, it feels like they're just gonna make 3 expansions. Perhaps. I suspect, probably, depending on how well received the next expansion is, we're either gonna see 1 more expansion, and then maybe a shorter lifespan for Diablo 4, and I could see them probably even just kind of working on Diablo 5 instead. Just because there's a lot of things with Diablo 4 that... That's the one thing I always hate about Diablo 4. Sometimes you'll get like a micro stutter and be like, well, what happened? And you think it's the internet, but it's not the internet. It's actually just like server pickups, which always kind of bars me. That's why I kind of moved it also to the main computer, not external hard drive, because I noticed like sometimes when you're in external hard drive, it's a little bit worse for you. Alright, let's use the roar here. That should have been a hit. Okay. It's like, game server, why are you trying to cheat me there, game? So yeah, also Diablo 4, as much as they say it's been better optimized, it still suffers from poor optimization. I'd like to see them change that in the future, but, you know, maybe with the expansion, we don't know. When we see expansion patch notes and things, I will get the expansion. That's kind of a given, obviously, because although I'm critical of Diablo 4, I do like dungeon crawlers. I know a lot of people be like, Path of Exile is better, or they'll say, what is it, Grim Dawn stuff, but for me, when I'm thinking I'm playing the dungeon crawler, there's only one game I go to, and that's Diablo 4. So, I do definitely want to improve this build if possible. Obviously, Pulverize Druid is probably your best case scenario. Oh, I'm frozen there. Am I stuck on an item, or am I stuck in... I don't even know. Doesn't matter, we have so much Fortify that this thing is not going to be able to kill us too much. You know, so I'm hoping also with the expansion that we'll get, like, better dungeon layouts, because I feel like a lot of... And this is something in every Diablo game, so it's not, like, a major complaint, but I feel like every dungeon, really, in D4 looks almost exactly the same and has you doing the exact same task and sub-objectives in it. And, like, I've always said, like, I felt like Diablo 4 has to be a little bit more like Diablo 3. Just in the sense that, like, when you're at endgame, really, all you want to do is be able to run through stuff really quickly, kill a boss, get out, do it again, repeat, or rinse, recycle, repeat, that type of thing. And that's really all really gamers really expect from this type of game. You know, just because it's like, you know, Diablo 2 in that way is kind of the same way too, because although some people might not think it's a fast game, what do you do in Diablo 4? Or, excuse me, 2? Endgame for Diablo 2 is you're running bosses, right? So, like, if you're playing by yourself, most of the time if you're farming, you're going to use a sorceress, because you're just going to want to, like, teleport around the map to get to the boss and kill him fast. So if you're playing in a group, the strategy, always in a group, is that you're going to have one sorceress that's on the team, they're going to teleport to the boss, open up a portal, everybody goes through the portal, and then you just kind of run roughshod. Usually it's bail that you do at high, like, we're talking hell content. It's bail runs, right? Sometimes people do Chaos Sanctuary if they're desperate for Stone of Jordan, but most of the time, like, and I'd be like 98% of the time I'm saying, it's going to be, that's basically Diablo 2. Diablo 3 is the same thing. It's Greater Rift 150s, or the highest Greater Rifts that you can push to try to get, like, Primal Ancient Legendaries to spawn, and then, like, to min-max your gear that way. But you're able to do it quick. Like, if you're really good at, like, Greater Rifts, you should be doing them in 2 to 3 minutes top for effective damage rotation. And anybody who's not familiar with my work in Diablo 3 knows that my fame here on YouTube always came from the fact that I did Diablo 3 guides, right? And I showed you how to clear things at, you know, high Greater Rifts at a certain thing. I don't really do that type of work in Diablo 4 because the metagame changes too much. And on top of that, it takes an incredibly long time to get characters up to level 100. Although, to its credit, it has gotten better than it was originally in that retrospect, because it used to be a lot harder to get characters to level 100. And they've done things to make the level grind not so bad, particularly on Season Realm, because they're always trying to force you into a seasonal character. But even on Eternal Realm, it's gotten better than what it was. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect yet. Can it get better? Of course. Anything can get better in a game. It's just a matter of listening to your community, listening to the feedback of the players, developers not being too prideful in their work, in the sense that, like, sometimes you gotta, as a developer, know when you might have done something that's not very popular among their player base. Stuff like that. I'm frozen in place, so I gotta pop a shield here just to be able to, you know what. That elixir could be pretty good too, right? So let's take that. So, yeah, it's in a better state. I think with it's really, the future Diablo 4 will be determined by how well the Vessel of Hatred expansion is, right? And regardless of what, even if Blizzard does a really good job in the expansion, there's always going to be people, wow, look at how quickly we pop the boss here, that are going to be like, oh, Diablo 4 is dead, or oh, Diablo 4 sucks, or oh, Diablo this, or oh, Diablo that. And I'll be honest with you, those people are the type of people that are going to complain because they want to complain. Why? Because most of those people, and this is not a dig on people necessarily, But a lot of the times, a lot of those people in particular, what they like to do... Can I mark anything here? Did I change the button? A lot of what happens with Diablo 4 in particular... Can I get out of here? I think they changed the button on that, so give me a second. We'll go back to base. And figure out why I can't mark junk like that anymore. Let's do Undaunted. Let's put a point into Shapeshifter here, right? Okay, now it's letting me do it. I don't know, for whatever reason before it wasn't letting me do it. Could have been server lag? Who knows? 893 ring? It's my ring at 894. Get that done. No. I'm looking mostly for just uniques, which are white things like Vastly Prayers, or anything that's a better version of what I'm already wearing. 925 item power for anything that's an ancestral legendary. So like a ring that's 925, that how am I saving? That one I'm saving, that one I'm saving, like stuff like that, right? Or the pants. This pant has 905 armor, right? But the thing about it is it doesn't have willpower on it. These pants are 897, which has the willpower and some decent things, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So like we're just trying to get 925 power levels. Let's see here. Repair damage. Would I be able to get another board done here? This is Undaunted. We got this. I don't have too many more points, right? So we're gonna do Werebear damage. We'll get that, and we'll get that, just because it's kind of important for the overall build. So keep that in mind. And we'll basically run through these. We'll run through Helltides as well. We'll do kind of a mix-up of the two things, right, guys? Because we can't do the same thing over and over again, because obviously that'd be a little bit boring for you. And I don't want to bore you guys, but we'll do like 2 more runs of stuff here, like Nightmare Dungeons, because we gotta continue to level those up, because we need to get to tier 46. And you're probably like, why, Dread? Why do we have to get to tier 46? Because we want to be able to have access to the endgame feature here, where it's the pit. For pit runs. Wow, that was a big lag spike. Look at that. That's our thing too sometimes with this game. Like, sometimes it'll throw you back. A lot of rubber banding that goes on. Okay. So I don't play as much. We complete that mission. Let's talk to the merchant. Hi. Let's junk everything that we don't need. What's this? I don't need those pants. Let's open that up. Don't really need anything from that as well. If it's not 925 in item power, it is not of value or use to me. Alright. So far pretty good. We could get stronger, obviously, with this build. It's just a matter of seeing the legendaries drop that I want. Alright. We're good. Keep an eye on the half-hour mark for me, guys. Just due to the fact that I'm gonna keep pushing them, right? But just because we might need to repop an experience potion, so that's something that we always have to keep an eye on as well. You know, but I had fun with Diablo 4. I just don't play as much. Like I'm saying, I'm waiting for really new content, because like you can only get, there's 5 classes. 4 of my 5 classes are at level 100. The only one left to do is the Pulverize Druid. And yeah, I could have probably played Druid for the short Season 5, but I'm probably not going to play Season 5. I'm waiting until the expansion. I might change my mind, because you never know, because sometimes I will say I'm not going to do something, and then, like, I have an itch to play Diablo again. That was interesting. Okay, we'll just wait on that. Sometimes I feel like the server load too in this game is funny. Okay, that's going to be hard to predict, so let's... Yeah, case in point there. The rubber banding sometimes. That's like my biggest issue with this game sometimes. It's not my internet, actually. Some people might think it's the internet. No. Just sometimes the servers can be a little bit buggy. Alright, let's see here. Poke Smash. Okay. Basically all you're doing is repulverizing here. I mean, I don't want to waste the howl that I have. Dissipating more. Oh, that's... I get rid of that. Okay, we destroyed it in the nick of time. Let's continue to go. You know, so I am excited for the future, though, because I'm definitely interested to see how they continue the story. Obviously, Morel's gonna get cooked. That's almost certainly at this point. Please pardon any noise that you heard in the background. I do live in a metropolis area, so obviously very close to emergency responder places, like 3 blocks away from the police, 4 blocks away from the fire department, 3 blocks away from the nearest hospital. So you would figure it would be an incredibly safe neighborhood, but it's not. In fact, but it's not a dangerous neighborhood either, you know, like, because some people have the misconception that New York is like super, super dangerous. No, it's not. Well, that's an interesting thing. Why are you doing that, game? I have an invisible barrier here? People have noted that too, that happens quite a bit. Alright, let's take this out. This is gonna be easy to prop. Let me pop a fortify here. Okay, good. Not a white. I just need a good ancestral legendary to drop. You need 925 item power level. I think after we do this nightmare dungeon, the reason I'm doing nightmare dungeons too, for those who don't know, is you get more experience points from the nightmare dungeons than you would if you did hell tides, right? So hell tides are more difficult, but drop better loot. But nightmare dungeons are probably the more efficient way to be able to get shit done, right? Like, to be able to hit level ups. That's why I do a lot more of those. Definitely noticing server lag now. Me pop a debilitating war because see how the game's trying to tomfoolery right now? I can't even dodge right now. That's okay, I can pop a heal potion. The good thing about this particular build, see I'm stuck here like that? I'm not ready yet. Is that I'm tanky, right? What is going on with the servers today? We need to take a quick break if that continues out. Okay. But yeah, so, you know, one of the things that... I even lost my train of thought, I'm sorry, because it's just like a weird thing. Game? Okay. Sorry about that. Hold that flow. I don't want to die because of dumb rubber banding. Okay, good. Okay, that's not bad. Now, okay, let's continue. Sorry, I had to hold that for a second, because when I see something very silly, I have to kind of compensate for it. Hey, you know, I think the future will be brighter for Diablo 4. It's a matter of how the expansion's held. But, oh, what I was saying, though, before, now I get it, was that Nightmare Dungeons, you get more experience points in them. So you want to, just in case. I feel like there's a big delay right now. So... there is a way to fix that. I gotta wait here a second. Okay, it's getting a little bit better. So again, if you get like rubber banding ECA, it's not actually on my end. It's just that's kind of how the game is sometimes. Servers sometimes can get like super bogged down. Which is funny for a game that not that many people are playing. But always like lately. I feel like I'm gonna have to install some high textures that I'm never gonna use because some people say that if you don't install like the 4K textures, that sometimes it makes the game run weird. But this game always, in my personal opinion, felt poorly optimized. That's why I don't play it a lot too, because I just don't like to have to deal with rubber banding. Okay, let's go. Pop the Dilbane Roar. Drop it like it's hot. Just wait on that. Okay, good. See, there's that rubber band that I was talking about. Which that makes you push back when you don't necessarily want to. These enemies, can I kill them? Let's wait on this. We'll take a break after this one to see. Game. Okay. Not bad. Let's see here. That's pretty good. Swing through there. I always hold back when I see like rubber banding like that. So you don't want like super headaches, right? Okay. Let's go. I'm hitting them, but nothing's happening, which is kind of getting me a bit annoyed. Alright, let's wait till Burning Roar. Pick the pants up. Okay, good. Alright, so we need to destroy the Seaborn Goddess, which, if I'm not mistaken, might be up that way. Destroy one more of them, and then we can fight the boss. Let's go up this way. I'm gonna use this pylon. So we're going the right way. Yeah, we are. It's just look at that rubber banding. Gotta love it. Nothing wrong with Diablo 4. When I see stuff like this happen, what I do is I tend to back out of the game, get back in it. It's usually something as simple as like Okay, that was not the way. Let's check the middle side, in case. Might be the boss fight already, I don't remember. Because I wasn't paying attention to the objectives, I'll be honest with you. And it's not the boss fight yet. Okay. Me, Grizzly Rage here, just got a little bit more damage out. Alright, there's that. There's that lag again. It's annoying when you have that happening, right? Can we... Game, can I move? Game? Game, can I move? I'm literally stuck in one spot. Nothing wrong with Diablo 4, keep that in mind. Perfectly optimized, as they say. I might have to teleport back to base to see if I can, like, if it's glitched or... Because that'll determine, really, whoever things are. I'm gonna be right back right now, quick second, just so I can run a speed test to see. But I'm 100% sure it's not the internet, it's just the servers being stupid. Alright, I am back, and I can confirm 100% after speed test that it is not my internet, and it is in fact the servers just being stupid. We have an extremely high Mbps. Very, very high. So it's not that, it's just servers being stupid. Maybe a backout will help a little bit here. Which it does. It seems like the backout kind of contributed a little bit. Because I noticed there was a little bit of input delay too, which for these type of games you never really want to have that. Okay. So maybe the back out into world. Sometimes I feel like this game is really glitchy too. So like you'll see one thing and be like, no, we went there, we went there. Let's go back to the center area. Because I think that's where the boss fight is. Siren's Chamber, yep. Should probably be able to kill it relatively easy, because look at how much damage I do with the Pulverize. I'm gonna go into Grizzly Rage. Let me move back here. Alright, let's go. Move back. There we go. Notice how when I backed out, like, whatever glitch was going on with the dungeon just kind of unglitched itself. So that's why you just kind of keep an eye on things sometimes. So I don't stress too many things. So if you ever see it rubber bandy, it's not me. Just be, well, aware of that. No. No. Keep those. No. 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 We have one point we can do. Overpower damage. And then our overpower damage here. And we'll try to move on to the next board. Let's go Shapeshifter. Put a point into Werebearer. Alright. Let's go back. Next up, we'll do a Helltide to mix it up a little bit so that it's not just me doing Helltide, or not Helltide, Nightmare Dungeon after Nightmare Dungeon. Let's see if there's a Helltide that's up, though, too. That's always the issue, right? Okay, so there's a Helltide that's here. Let's see how this goes. I probably am not going to run into anybody on the Eternal Realm, because there's a couple of content creators, actually, that got... Am I allowed to say this? Let me see. I have to check. Yeah, I could say this. There's a couple of content creators that got the expansion, Vessel Hatred early, that have been playing through it. I am not one of those content creators, though. But there are people who are playing through it right now, currently, because they do kind of give their favorites a little bit of a heads up. So that way they will probably be at, like, level 100 already. Well, not 100, but whatever is going to be the Paragon level max and everything ahead of time so that they can get a jump start. So obviously, like, the really big content creators, right? Even some of the smaller ones get them too, depending, but because I've been very critical of Blizzard in the past, and I'm not afraid of being critical because I always believe in being honest and open about things. I would have not been invited to partake in that type of stuff, which is fine. You know, it's not something that really has ever bothered me, especially since how casual I play this game and these days. And like, I've been open about how I don't like microtransactions in Diablo, but I feel like they don't do anything really to help with the health of the game. So there's that. I think we're killing them quicker than they can spawn on the map, which is funny. You know. Let's see, Pulverize here. Ideally what we're looking for is white and 925 powers to just improve the build while we grind to level 100. And still have a little bit of time on the potion still. Let's keep that in. How much time is in this Helltide? 5 minutes, that's unfortunate. That's okay. We'll go to the next one after this. If we can get like 75 cinders, we'll be okay. Because then what we can do, we can just open up like one of the chests. Which we'll look for in a minute, because obviously since the Helltide's closing. Because I had to spend a lot of time also, keep that in mind, doing Nightmare Dungeons. But I want to mix up the flow a little bit so it's not boring for me. As well as it's not boring for you.
I'm not ready yet.
Where's the closest chest? Protection. So we'll go for that one up that way. Get on our high horse, literally. Sorry, I couldn't help it there. That was like a good opportunity to get some Paragon points. We're at level 82. We won't hit like a super high level today on stream, although I applaud them for making it better to level up, at least in Eternal Realm, because before it felt like it took an eternity, no pun intended, to be able to do so. 50 cinders. Will we be able to kill enough of these things within the 5-minute time frame to be able to open this chest? That's the question. Nothing? I got nothing there for my troubles of opening that? That's very disheartening, to say the very least. Alright, let's continue. Okay, good, the threat level is going up. That's actually exactly what I want to see here. Okay, good. Shoot. Okay, good. Attack. Yeah, servers are a little bit better now that I did like the speed test and opened something up to check. Okay, we're 1 cinder short of opening this. Summon enemies! That's the only thing I don't like about Helltide. Sometimes I feel like it takes too long for them to open. Open! It's hand guards. I don't really need hand guards. But sometimes you have a possibility of getting stuff better. Living Steel, we'll pick that up because we need that for endgame bosses. Hi. I don't think we'll be able to get anything else here, so we'll just kind of hang around for the experience points. When it hits 2 o'clock PM on there that you see, we will pop another experience potion, because I think it'll be a half hour since we started, roughly. Even if I'm like shy, maybe 2 minutes, it's not that big of a deal. I do like the reworked Helltides. I was not really a big fan of the system beforehand, but I feel like it's better than what it was before. There's a new in-game mechanic that's also been introduced, another one, which I think it's interesting. I don't know if it's seasonal bound, but we'll take a look at that at some point in the not-too-distant future as well. Alright, how much time's left? 2 minutes. How many cinders do I have? 27. There's no way I would be able to open our chest here, but there should be another one that should be spawning right after this one at the top of the hour. So then we'll jump into the top of the hour and do that. You see the experience points is not as good as in Nightmare Dungeons. Right, let's boom this dude. This is a very tanky, powerful build. It is not the fastest, obviously, build compared to some of the other classes. Like the Sorceress in particular, it always runs rough shop, or, you know, the Rogue. Yeah, we had the Penetrating Shot Rogue, which is pretty good as well. Should be interesting for Season 5, because Season 5 has a lot of changes. I know they're going to be nerfing Necromancer, which I think is what they should be doing, because, like, Necromancer is way too powerful. It's a fun build, but, like, Necromancer shouldn't be doing half the shit that it's been doing. It's overperforming, and when scenes overperform the way that it did, you have to kind of scale back. Like, they wouldn't let Barbarians reign supreme with Whirlwind and stuff in Season 1, and then they nerfed all the fun stuff from it. So why would you That guy I cannot kill. Because he is level 85. And I don't have the item power to really be able to handle him. We'd probably be able to out-tank him, but... we might actually... If I could run away from this group... If I could run away from them... If I could run away from him, right? We might be able to open our chest. We can find one. I don't know where there's a chest though to look for. It's the closest chest. Yeah, too far away. I don't want to lose these cinders. I think the game might have just brushed on us for going too quickly. That's the one thing I hate about running on the horse too. If you go to a certain area, it just has that weird, like a hiccup. 17 seconds. I don't think there's a chest around here. It's the unfortunate part. Trying to see if maybe on the outskirts here. Somewhere. 7 seconds. Any chests? Chest? Doko? Doko chest? No. Ripperoni, cinders. Alright. Notice we didn't really hit that many level ups during that. Did we get anything worthwhile out of that? 890 power? No. 866? No. 901? It's better-ish. Earth damage, trample. Let's consider it. 871, that's not good. Alright. Okay, so we got the overpower damage. Next we'll go up. Look here if there's anything else we would want. Spearhead, that wouldn't be useful. If I go down here, we could get Zealous, which wouldn't be good. So I'm gonna try to go here to open up on our board. See if I can attach one more thing here. Like Inner Beast, maybe? Ancestral Guidance, maybe? Lust for Carnage, don't think would help too much. Like, most of what we need, or have already, in this build, so we could, like, go back and just power up our glyphs if we want to at this point. Alright, I'm gonna pop the potion now. And let's just go do a nightmare dungeon while we wait for Helltide. Probably by the time we finish this Helltide, the next night, or correction, nightmare dungeon that we finish, the next Helltide will be available. And I'll just run that Helltide for, 40 minutes or so. See what we can get. Really, it's just trying to do grinding and leveling as fast as efficient. Easier to do it in a group of 4. Unfortunately, like, when it comes to Diablo 4, I don't have too many people that play this game, because there's a lot of people, or friends of mine, that just don't play. And I can't blame them, because I understand the way the game released when they started playing. Is that something that would interest them currently? Plus side, the servers have gotten less bogged down right now, so feels like we'll be able to run roughshod here, which is always good. Take care of these guys. I don't want to really use the roar against like a small little group. Usually you want high density of mobs near you. So let's run through here. We're basically Druid Smash build. So we're relying on our Werebear form to basically just like be tanky and to deal a massive amount of damage. Basically all this build does. It is the best Druid build you can possibly use in endgame, but like, is it the most fun? It gets a little monotone. I'll be a little bit monotonous, some might say. But it's very effective for like tanking bosses, but it's not very effective for speedrunning. If you want speedrunning, you gotta do like Lightning Bolt, Sorceress, or Blizzard Sorceress is also incredibly viable for that type of stuff. Alright. These enemies are ironically not really too afraid of. Obviously, because we have overpower damage, we buffed that. So now we'll go back and look at the hieroglyphs to see, because I don't really have anything else. And we'll see where we can buff things that would be beneficial toward this build. And that's kind of how we'll, fix up the rest of the Paragon guys. Like, I might sound like I'm not having fun, but these type of games are always fun for me. Min-maxing, getting builds together. Like, some people will be like, what are you doing? You're just killing the same things over and over again, running and looting and base. That's fun for me. in video games. I like to be able to push my boundaries, make builds stronger. Dungeon crawlers are just like a game that I enjoy. I don't like Path of Exile though, because it's just too grindy. That was actual trap. I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting a trap there. Okay, good. Let's roar, because we need it here, definitely. That out. Goodbye. I don't want to get poisoned from that. That's why I waited. Let's look around. What's our objective here? We're collecting the rusted key from the Chamberlain. Which I have no idea where he is, and honestly, I kind of want to kill everything in sight too. Notice the experience is better in Nightmare Dungeons, which is why I kind of not so keen to do Helltides. Because Helltides, it's better for gearing up, but if you're trying to like go to level 100, probably better off with a Nightmare Dungeon. Still my opinion. I mean, Helltides are fun if you're doing like the main boss thing over and over again with people, because that has like the best drop things, but trying to get people on Eternal Realm to do that, good luck with that. I don't think I've ran into anybody on the Eternal Realm so far. Helltide has just risen, as you see. We got the notification there. So after we'll do the Nightmare Dungeon, we'll do a Helltide to see. Because we'll hit the level up most likely in here. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. There's the Chamberlain that I was talking about that we needed to kill. Wait, and roar, and trample. Okay, he's dropped the rustic key. Good job. It's just timing the landslides. Like, you don't want to waste them, too. You want a whole bunch of enemies around you when you get them. Okay. We're going back to... We're actually going this way instead. I love the acting in Diablo 4, though, and the story wasn't so bad. I just wish they did more with Lilith, and as particularly Anarius. I felt like Anarius, they built his character up so much in Diablo 3, and so much in, like, the pre-material for Diablo 4, and then nothing happened with him. Although I suspect he's gonna come back as some type of demon. Because he was killed in Hell, right? So, like, his hatred is probably lingering there, not only for Lilith, but in general for the fact that Heaven forsaked him as a fallen angel. Since I don't know how many people here in my chat actually are familiar with Diablo lore, but basically, an angel from Heaven, Anarius, fell in love with a daughter of a prime evil, and, you know, one of the people that's responsible basically for running Hell. And they fell in love with each other, and they decided that they were going to break away, steal the World Stone, and create a world, which basically is Sanctuary, which I guess is supposed to be like Earth in Diablo lore, right? So eventually, Anarius, who was the angel, was shamed of the deed that he did, and decided that he was going to try to put an end to the Nephilim, which are basically like the humans that live in Sanctuary, and try to atone for his sins of going against what Heaven wanted, right? Because he broke away to team up with a devil to create this, you know, race of people, right? And this world that would be considered an abomination, right? So in Diablo 4, obviously, or not even before Diablo 4, in Diablo 3, before Diablo 3, so basically pre-Diablo, what ends up happening is Lilith gets word of Anarius' plan and kind of puts a thwart to it, so he doesn't kill, obviously, Sanctuary or the Nephilim, which are the humans, and he gets imprisoned in Hell, Anarius, where he's tortured by Mephisto. Obviously, Mephisto wouldn't be happy that he lured his daughter away to break away, and he's there imprisoned and everything, right? So in Diablo 4, somehow he managed to break free. I'm assuming Mephisto intentionally released him because he knew of some plan that Lilith, perhaps, was about to enact to try and, like, overthrow and take his energy to become, like, the new prime evil of hatred. And so he purposely let him out, and I think to have Lilith kill him so he could resurrect as a demon. I have a feeling that at some point Mephistos is gonna get killed, Lilith is already dead, and maybe, like, just the aura of Anarius just being in Hell will absorb the hatred of not only Mephisto, but Lilith, and as well as his brooding hatred of the fact that now he knows and feels like Heaven has forsaken him. And we end up with him becoming, like, the new prime evil of hatred. That's my theory. I could be entirely wrong. I have not played Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred yet. I'm just kind of figuring out what could potentially happen. The reason also I say this, and I will go actually back to an area on the map so you can see why I think we haven't seen the last of Anaris. I'll show you in Clovershad, and then you'll probably be like, oh shit, maybe he's right. Hydrate. Let's take a trip to Clovershad. Let's just take a quick trip before we do that. Sorry about that. Let's just take a quick trip. It's like literally right here anyway, right? So let's go there. Then I'll show you the statue, so then you could be like, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he's just, you know, tin hat foil theory, perhaps, potentially. I don't know. I'll show you the statue. This is a statue where you change your world level, right? Look at it. It's on fire. It's burning. It's becoming decrepit. It's looking demonic. Look at that. Look at that, guys. To me, that's Anaris is coming back. I should take a print. His statue is burning. That's not that the people set it on fire. That's his will is burning, right? So I have a feeling he's coming back, and he's gonna come back as a demon. And heaven help the world. I think maybe by the end of everything, since Anaris didn't play so major of a role, maybe he'll be the last thing that we have to fight whenever they close up the Diablo IV story. That's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to it. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. All skills duration bonuses aren't limited to its primary effect. Most secondary effects are in the noise and background again. Most secondary effects the skill causes are also extended. Whew. It is very hot today here where I am. Let's see. So where's the closest chest? That's a jewelry one. I don't really want jewelry. Gift for protection are the ones I'm interested in. Let's ride the horse for a little bit. And okay, let's stop there. Because we want to get a whole bunch of shards while we're at it, cinders. So let's do that. Okay, pulverize. There's an elixir there, we'll pick it. Elixir or barbs, I think it's for thorns if I remember correctly. Okay, good. I definitely like the rotations that you can do now with like Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide, so that you're not just doing... One thing is I still don't... I feel like the experience in Helltide seems to be a little bit better, because it's like... Leveling up the glyphs is kind of important, right? Okay. Let's roar. These enemies are level 85, so they're like 3 levels higher than me. That's how it's always going to be in a Helltide. Okay, let's see. Get the Cinder. And we'll head back this way. That's a Wisp Silent Chest in here? That would probably drop some interesting loot, but unfortunately I can't grab it. Alright, stand here for a second. It's a good opportunity to get a lot of cinders, kill a lot of things, get a lot of potential experience points. You just gotta be careful and fortify whenever possible here. So, you know. And I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of people who know me for Diablo content, but like I said before, I've moved away from Diablo content in general. So I play every once in a while. It's not something that's like the central focus of the channel, because I like variety. Because if I played the same game all the time, first of all, Diablo is not a very super watch game anymore. It just kind of dropped off. It'll change with the expansion almost certainly, but like, you know, on top of that, it's just like playing the same game over and over again. It's boring, and I like to do variety. You know, it's kind of cool to be able to like play Diablo 4 and then the next day play like Dead by Daylight if I want to, and then I could play something chill like Fall Guys, or I could play something like Pokemon. You know, it gives me options, and it makes it not boring for the viewer, you know. And I understand a lot of people know me from that, but it's like, a lot of people know Diablo 4, not a bad game, much better state that it's in too, right? But it still leaves stuff to desire, per se. Alright, I'm gonna have to step out of here now, because if I don't, I would lose. You basically stay in there as long as you can, just to be able to get as many cinders as possible. I'm gonna hit a level up soon. I have 118 cinders. Think of that. I'm not gonna do the event here, even though it would give us some experience, just because I wanna Get as many chests open this time around as possible. Level 83, good to know. Good. Sweet. Game's definitely running more smooth after like a little bit of server hiccup, so I do appreciate that. Definitely feeling a little bit more smooth. Pick up the ring if I have. I mean, there's a hiccup here and there too, right? Because I feel like sometimes the game has a hard time loading all the enemies that are on the screen. That's a regular chest in case you're wondering. I don't want to jump on the horse just yet because we have like 45 minutes to play around and help. Try. Okay. Ooh, that's a big one, so we will leave the still fighting roar. Debilitating roar. Okay. Pulverize, fine, good. Let's go. Alright. Tortured soul, good. Let's go. Nice, good damage rotation. Nice, good damage rotation. If there were people around, I would do the event, but I haven't seen anybody on this map right now. And the way I'm geared up currently, I would not be able to take out that boss by myself. It would be kind of foolish on my end. Do the roar. Okay, good. Why? Because there were a whole bunch of enemies bunched up. That's really what it comes down to. Okay, good. Let's get the chest opened here. We reached our destination. Oh, helms. Okay. Give me a Vastly. That's 925 in item power. We did not get a unique from there. I am sad by that. Okay. Well, we'll go to the next chest here in a second. Gotta take care of these threats first. Should be able to do. We're very tanky, so it's not... The only way really I die with this build, it's kind of safe in that retrospect, is if, like, I get rubber banded where my actions can't be controlled, or if I were to get, like, super crowd control, which doesn't happen as frequently as you would expect it to in this game. Because they've made it better so that you don't get, like, cheap kills, right? Alright, so we're gonna pop our health just in case. It's looking a little dicey here because obviously there's more enemies spawning.
I cannot counter here anymore.
Sorry about that. So, it's New York, right? So, from time to time, New York gets loud. Very loud. Alright. I'm gonna go back to base, potentially here. Potentially. I don't know if I can probably tank this. With the pull here, we have the health pull. Yeah, I'll take this guy out in case he drops something good. Even though I feel like it's gonna be most likely... if he had stayed there, that would have been perfect. Okay, that's fine. Let me just put back up the shield there, bulwark, which is basically what I'm using there in case you're curious. Okay. See how I can just tank things? That's why this build was a lot of people use it, because you can just tank some of this silly stuff. Wow, that was the biggest waste ever, personally. Let's go back so we can just kind of junk items now, because we need to go to the merchant. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll continue on. How much time in the stream? Because Diablo 4 goes by fast. Sometimes I blink, I'm like, wait, it's over already? Because you could get a lot of stuff done in 2 hours. We got a level up 2, right? What other gear did we get? 901, which I marked. What is this? 899? Better. No, better. Not better. Well, better in one way, better not. I need Vastly first, that's what I care about. Just 925 in the actual things that help this build. Alright. Blacksmith. Thank you. I'll hold on to that stuff just in case. Also... This is... Where is it? Here? This is the one I'm powering up. Mondante... Celis... Trying to find what we're using here that helps. This, right? Survival... I look around just in case, like, what could possibly power us up and be beneficial. Armor and werebear form, maybe. Intelligence, intelligence, no. Let's go back over here and see. Intelligence, intelligence, no. Is this resistance to all elements? Yes, we want resistance to all elements. I look around all around to see what could be beneficial resistant. Ooh, that's different. So what's this? Maybe this controller, sometimes that's seen better days. Because I put it through the ringers, I need a new one. Oppress, damage to crowd control, I don't do anything. Critical strike the crowd, that's not useful. What's over here? Dexterity, dexterity. Resistance, what are you? Damage taken over time. I would get just for the resistance. Like, that could be useful, right? But I'd have to go up one to do that. Check over here, damage from vulnerable. Yes, definitely want to power that up. Could be useful. What's this? Storm damage, that's not useful to us. So I take a look at everything, right? And then I make decisions there as to what could be used. Alright, let's go back into the portal, because there's still a lot of things that we have to loot there. In the Helltide. Effect size of affixes are capped at 100% increase size. Yeah, you can't go over it, unfortunately. It'd be kind of cool if you could, but it's not the nature of the game, because then your builds would be a little too broken, right? Let me pick this up. Alright, so we need another chest, right? There's that one over there. I'm gonna go for the protection one. I don't do living steel chests because they tend to be, like, really shitty drops. It's just kind of the way they are, right? I took a little damage there. You want to squirt? Where did you just come out of nowhere, bro, to challenge me? Who do you think you're dealing with? I'm the great and powerful Ryuji Dread. All those bow before my glory. Not really any enemies here. I'm kind of disappointed at the lack of rotation that we have. Let's see if I open something and, like, sparks enemies to show up. No. Where is everybody? Are they afraid? Did they see what I did to their friends and they're like, nah, I don't want any? Alright, let's go. That was a waste of a trample because I was expecting the Pulverize to kill everything. Now we know, annoying's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. A home. Okay, perfect. Wait and take care of all the threats in the area first now. Vastly's Prayer, level 925 item power. That is not it, I can tell you right away. That makes me so sad. Not even 925 anything there. Just wasted a whole bunch of shards to open that up. How does that make me feel? Sad. Alright, there's another one over there. Go open that one if possible. Let's take out the threats, though. The more cinders we have, the better it is. In general, for us. Keep an eye on the time again. Once it hits, like, 2:30, what we'll do is we will pop in our experience potion so that we can make sure that we're always getting the maximum amount of experience points possible. I mean, I'll give them credit. They've done at least things to improve the experience potion so they don't feel like they're a waste. Before, a lot of the time, they just felt like they weren't useful. Watch out, that's a poison pool. I don't want to get poisoned if possible. I think once we open up the chest that I'm interested in here, we will go back to doing a nightmare dungeon. It'd be pretty easy to go through this right now. I feel like not many things are fretting us. But remember, we're kind of now, like, just kind of capping out stuff to make the build as effective as possible. Okay, let's take care of these threats. I'll reward because there's a whole bunch of enemies here for density. Okay, let's go. Cool. Been a while. Darkness Grabbers. Oh, the Death Collector's here? Alright, fine. Did I kill it by mistake already? No, it's summoning. This will give like a malignant heart or something, but technically not. I killed it so quickly, I made that look like that wasn't even a big threat. It's like, hey, my big bro's coming to fuck you up. And what I do? I put it in its place in one punch. Alright. That was funny. You're like banging in the background. I have 2 turtles. I don't think I've ever talked about this. And they are in tanks and are separated, and they are forever in heat. Like, it's a male turtle and a female turtle, right? And had them since they were babies, right? So, unfortunately, when I've had them, they weren't bought at the same time, which is something usually you don't do, but obviously, you know, this was like 20 years plus ago? No, not 20 years plus. Like 20-ish years ago? Maybe 18 years ago. I don't recall. It was a long time ago, right? So, they weren't bought at the same time, and they were baby turtle. So, what I learned out about turtles in particular is if you buy them, you have to buy them from the same group of turtles so that they don't, like, get territorial. So what happened was we introduced... The female turtle came first, right? And female turtles, for those of you who don't know, they're red ear slider turtle, in case anybody's wondering. The thing about the female turtles are they're much bigger than the males. On top of being much bigger than the males, obviously they are a little bit more aggressive, which you wouldn't think is the case. So when we introduced the male turtle, like, I think it was a week or 2 after the female, when they were in a very small baby tank, the female turtle tried to not only bite the tail of the male turtle, but almost tried to bite the head off of the male turtle, which is very, I know, gruesome and graphic. Because obviously this turtle was being introduced into someone else's turtle's habitat that had already established that that was their habitat and that they were like the lone ruler of that domain. So what ended up happening was these turtles could never coexist with each other, so they had to live in separate tanks. So they're within visual range of each other, right? So whenever mating season happens, the male turtle in particular will pound on the glass very, very hard because it can see the female turtle from where he is. And he is, trust me, he is a willing participant when it comes to mating. If he had his chance, he would mate with the female turtle, right? The female turtle is not interested. We tried a while back, right, to introduce the male turtle back into the female tank to see if, like, just put them near each other to see if they would, like, be willing to, like, coexist and mate. And the male, again, was a very willing, active participant. He was very excited to see the female, and he was very happy and wanted to. But she was not having any of it. She did not like him. Maybe he was too small, too flimsy. Maybe he didn't hit the gym day, you know. Short kings will understand. Sometimes when you're short, tall women that are very cute and stuff won't be into you, right? That's just kind of how it is sometimes. Short kings, you matter too. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently. But what ends up happening with these turtles, like the male, whenever it's mating season, will pound on the glass heavy and bang and make them. So when you hear banging, it's not that I'm banging. It's the male turtle is trying to either A, get food and when you already ate, B, is trying to flirt with the female turtle, or he's just kind of being, you know, a turtle. Turtles will pound on glass quite a bit when they are big. And you know what? The thing about turtles, they get a lot of big space. Like, I feel like the little guy needs more space, right? But the thing is, even when you give these turtles more space, they keep growing and growing, and will always get to the glass to pound when they want something. So, like, if they want to eat, if they want to, you know, if they want to do the business, they want mating call and stuff, they pound. So when you hear it, that's what you're hearing. It's not me pounding on something, not anybody else coming around and banging it. It's the turtles. The turtles. You know, they've been... I can't kill this thing, so I'm just gonna run away from it. Oh, man. Let me just do this real quick, because it could give me something good. Okay, let's run away from the big threat. And we ran into another big threat. That's lovely. There's only one more chest I'm interested in opening in this area. So we'll try to do it. It's another gift of protection. But open the rest of them. As you see, like, we're not getting as much experience points as we did with the Nightmare Dungeon. We're just getting a lot of gold. Which could be good if you're respecking. Let me go down this way. If I can. Bypass some of these dudes. I don't want to fight that thing. We could just kind of zoom here. I might take these out in case. The glowing enemies sometimes have a possibility of dropping an ancient legendary with extra affixes on it. I definitely like the loot rework that they've done in Diablo. Or it's much better. Loot's definitely more meaningful. Although I still feel like the game suffers from the problem of once you're at, like, endgame and you're at a specific build, like, you're only looking for 925 power, and even everything that you dropped at a lower level, it's like, you don't want them. There's room for improvement, obviously, like anything. Wait here, get killed. Get step back here. The further away we are, the more damage we'll deal too. Oh, 2 more enemies, let's take them out if possible. How many cinders do I have? Okay. Let's go here. Take them out. That would have been a good trample. Like, I should trample right here, right? Because look what happened. If I trample, you just take a lot of things out there. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm kind of wishing I had saved that trample now, right? Okay, good. Let's take these out. Good. Fun all around. Okay, so we need to swing back that way. Hopefully everything that was angry at us that could have potentially one-shotted us will not be there now. In theory, right? In theory. In practicality. I feel like maybe they upped the cinder count, though, because I feel like I'm definitely getting more cinders in Helltides. Normally, I wouldn't be seeing this many of them drop. There's an event thing here that I would hit, but I'm not going to hit it until after I open chest. Just because I feel like there'd be too many enemies on screen then. At the same time. Handguards. Don't really need any handguards. We have not gotten a unique at all today. That is terrible luck on our part. Let me wait. Okay, she turned into a demon. I thought her soul was gonna get saved by Anaris. Sadly, Anaris would not save her. Well, Anaris is dead too, right? So how's he realistically gonna save? Anyway, at that point, he couldn't even save himself. It's the irony of everything. Alright, so we have 250. Alright, so there's a chest over here, right? That's the Gift of Mysteries. That's probably like 275. That'll probably be the next one that we try to open. If we have enough cinders, we could go back and do the event over there. If it's still there. Let me see. Just in case. So we could get a decent amount of cinders doing this. Which might be the way to go here. Okay, good. Roar. Good. So far, so good. Let's wait. I want them to bunch up as much as possible. Let me pop the bulwark. That way I have a shield. Because you see, I probably will hop off when I see that my health is getting like super low. Until then, we'll just kind of stay here as much as possible. Just so we can reap the benefits of this. Unless the threat level goes up. Like if the threat level, which is the right side bar, you see how it's slowly a bar that's raising itself. If that gets like the max while we're in here, we're gonna hightail aggro because we will be in a obviously a bad spot. But this particular thing is pretty good too. There's a elixir here. Let's wait. Okay, got a bulwark again. Let's see, that's a good thing about this build is it's tanky, right? So I can kind of really run roughshod and just kind of hang around. Did I step out of circle? No. I don't like those witch doctor guys though. Can't landslide here, but I think, well, we got pushed out of circle, which is fine. We did it for as long as we could. And we got already the amount of cinders that I wanted to be able to open that chest, because I don't think it's a 300. So let's go open it here while we have the chance. If I had seen people around doing like the actual overworld event, I would have popped some painful hearts, but unfortunately there's nobody doing that content right now, because a lot of people are not playing Eternal right now. Everybody's taking a break till either the new season, got another Paragon level, that's good, or they're waiting for the expansion to come back. But I think it's kind of the right way to do it. That's kind of me too. It's like I popped in because I know some people want to see me play, and that way I could just chat about why I haven't been playing so much, so that people could kind of understand. Looked like there was a goblin there, but if there was, it didn't give anything of use. I like the anniversary event with the March of the Goblins. Just a shame. Hold that plot. That way I don't screw this up. Okay. like I was saying, and I did like the event. I think the March of the Goblin thing was cool. I would kind of like to see more goblins like that. I'd like to see more goblin drops where it just gives like a goblin cachet, because I felt like that was a good game mechanic that shouldn't just be in for that event. I think overall it was a fun thing. Am I gonna do this event? 25 minutes? There's somebody here doing it? No. It looks like we unintentionally started it. I could just ignore it. But I don't think we really have a choice at this point, since we kind of just got mixed up in the battle. It's fine. I gotta be careful though. These type of events though, there's a high chance that you get rickrolled. And because there's like a whole bunch of catapults around too. Like, those catapults are deceptive. If they drop on you, they can one-shot you. They're being overrun by the enemy. Okay. What am I doing? Just slaying enemies, right? Okay, good. Let's see here. Perfect. There's another one that he's doing over there. Trying to get him. Okay, so we just gotta survive 15 minutes. I'm like crowd control there, which I hate. Diablo 4 always about crowd control in endgame. I feel like you always gotta run unstoppable just at the higher level. Okay. Oh, he ate enough hatred. Well, I just killed you, bro. So was it worth feeding on all that hatred? Hatred is not the way to go, confirm. Let's see, we have 300. My god, that was so well timed. You wait on this. So well timed that was. They knew I was going for the chest, and they just kind of like, yeah, about that. And now I gotta wait for the horse cooldown again. Shenanigans. The game knew what I wanted, and it tried everything in its power to take that away from me. Well played, game. Well played. Why are these guys summoned here? Goodbye. We took them out relatively with ease. Let's get that. Oh, they really summon themselves. Alright. Ah. Wrong time to get on the horse. Literally, I have to get off my high horse. Oh, somebody actually doing the end game event. I might go take a peek at them later to see who's doing it. Right now, I want to open all the chest rotations here. Guess we could get lucky with something. Even like an Uber and unique would be kind of cool. I gotta be careful. You saw I was getting greedy. I was going to walk into the poison pool. I need to open this. I knew it. I knew that son of a bitch was going to come and troll me. How many cinders was it to open it? I think it was like 275, so now we gotta restock it. I knew the fret level was coming too. I knew there was a fret. I played that one poorly. I should have ran away when I had the chance. I had to get those things back. You gotta pop in their experience potion too. That kind of makes up for what just happened, but doesn't mean I'm not salty. That's gonna be like 275, right? 250, okay, we can do it. I need enemies actually here. A lot of enemies I need. I don't want to open that chest, because that's just like not worth it, I don't know. We don't know what's in the gift of mysteries, right? It could be something good. It could be something bad. It sucks though when you're right at the chest and then that type of tomfoolery happens. But it's part of the game too. I laugh it off early. So we could get it back pretty easily, right? We're at 218. It's just like getting back there and not having people interrupt enemies. Okay, goodbye. See, we need just 20 more of those, so we're gonna kind of go around just to see if maybe there's a friend that we can decimate or two. Okay, good. The pet level's building up again too, so that's a plus. What I like is the pets too. I love that addition for Diablo 4. It's one of my favorite things in Diablo 3 because it just means you don't have to run around picking up gold. And in this particular case, Cinder, so I can just kind of get to work and focus on the things that are important, like taking the enemies out. Okay, good. Let's do that. Good. There's an enemy over here. It might be a goblin chest. I'm hoping it's goblin. I'm really hoping it's goblin. I want to be goblin slayer. It's not a goblin, but that will give something good, maybe.
I must wait a moment.
Okay. Didn't give anything good. I stand corrected. FML. Okay. Whew. This is getting good. I will go back to the chest now in a second, which was the Gift of Mystery. And we'll probably jump into a Nightmare Dungeon. I don't think Helltide's going to give me anything today that's worthwhile at this point. It's kind of giving me a whole bunch of nothing. One unique would have been nice, right? Since we've been streaming, what, 2 hours now? Almost 2 hours? And we have not got injected in the squad. Nothing that's useful for the build. Maybe they changed the drop rates again and stuff. Alright. Oh, wrong one. I almost did a horrible mistake. We want the Gift of Mysteries. We could open that one if it's only 75. Because that's not going to be too hard to do, right? Okay. Not sure why we had those 2 lag spikes. Okay. Open. Give me something good. No crap, right? Not even one Uber unique? Maybe. There might have been something mixed in there. I am pretty annoyed. Let's get rid of you. 914 on the ring? Okay, we can work with that. Not you. What is this? 881, 879, 873, 890. I am trying to read my gear, sir. How dare you? Put that. No, I want to pick up. I want to pick up the home. There's 2 things there I want to pick up, right? Pick my boots. Let's see what else we got. I don't know. Let me go back to base after. They're gonna try to troll in a minute. I know they're spawning. We could open that chest there for shits and giggles. If there's enough enemies, like, that's thing. How many is it? 150. Oh, never mind. Let's see, is this gonna be worth doing any more content here? What's this? A jewelry chest? Protection chest. I will go for a protection chest. The jewelry chest, not so much. A weapon chest, there's no weapons really that I would run. That'd be useful. Again, nothing really great loot-wise, which is so unfortunate. Yes, will she be spared? No, she turned into a demon. Anaris was not with her. Anaris resides in hell now, though. Alright, let's pick these up. Is that not a goblin? Not a goblin, but it's one of the soldier general things. So they drop stuff. Not great stuff, but they drop stuff. Particularly, I kill those only specifically for the cinders that it drops. Okay, good. Ouch. Just shield up just in case. I don't know how much of a swarm's coming my way, that's why I wanted to kind of figure things. Oop. Okay. Big worm that I would like to fight one day in this game. The worm looks cool. It'd be like a cool world boss in my opinion. Servers are getting a little bit. Sometimes I feel like the game has a hard time. 125 for the amulet. I don't really need an amulet right now. Go down this way. Oop. I'm not gonna kind of bypass enemies because obviously the more we kill, the more cinders we get. We still have time here. Hell forces have grown angry at me. What else is new? Alright, let's go. Let's get the cinders. Fall in. Okay, good. Let's attack. Swing. Swing. I don't have the shield, so I gotta be careful how I do this. You go Grizzly Rage here just for a little bit more damage. Okay, go. Bundle of something? What was that bundle of? Okay, goodbye, Helltide. Glittering ores. I see some lag again. That's fine. Goodbye. Alright, let's go through here real quick, because that's like an area I don't want to have to deal with too much. You know, the camp, right? Like that. So if we can just get a little bit quicker. I'm gonna actually play bulwark here. Just because I don't probably take more damage as really necessary. How many cinders we have? 104. Okay, good. I'm trying to keep an eye on it, because for protection chest you need 75 cinders. For the weapon one, although I doubt I would go back for it, we need 150. I'm checking the time. We have 15 minutes left on the health line. I said I would go help the person that spawned something, but obviously we spent so much time with Trembling Hand. We want that. But we want that because it's stuff we need. Oh, this poor woman. How many times have we sacrificed this poor woman for her to become a demon at this point? Goodbye. Just to get one-shotted. Was it worth it? Probably not. Was it worth it for me to even loot that? Definitely not either. Part of the game. Especially at endgame where you're just min-maxing. There's very few times that you're going to be with the loot like, oh, amazing, I really need this. When it drops, it drops. Especially a turtle. A turtle realm stuff doesn't drop that easy. When you're playing seasonal, yeah. The one thing that always kind of barred me about Diablo 4 in particular is the fact that, like, a lot of the stuff that's on seasonal, like the blessings to get extra experience points and stuff, are not internal because they're intentionally trying to force you to into the season in hopes that you buy the battle pass. You already know how I feel about microtransactions in Diablo 4. It's not something that I would personally do because I don't feel like those type of microtransactions belong. 925 item power gloves. Let's go. Perfect. At least something good we got out of here. I'll just drop whatever here for that. Let's go. Something good on the stream. We will fix those gloves up after we get done here, so that it's the right status that I need, as well as like the right stat rolls, because we got to fix up the stat rolls on it a little bit, as well as the right aspect, which that's easy to do because I can put any aspect that I want on that, as well as hold that up because I don't want to get killed by that, as well as like adding tempered stuff to it, right? So tempered affixes too, which we have a lot of that too. It's 925, that's a maximum for a glove, so then we just would be constantly swapping. We could die here if I'm not careful, so let's be careful. So I'm like in the center of a whole bunch of AoE, which is not wise to be in. AoE, area of effect, damage. It's basically what I'm referring to. So anything that's like a wide area that can damage you. Like my character right now that I'm playing is an area of effect damage type of person too, because you see how I attack and there's a wide area in which the enemies are affected. That's basically what it means for people who are non ARPG players. Okay, good. Let's go. Nice. Let's go. Okay, good. Roar. Pound, maybe? Cool. Let's do this. Back away. Cool. Good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's not nice. Remember what happened to us the last time? So we have a plan here, right? I could probably take it, but it would be very difficult because of the amount of enemies that are bunched up. So what you could do is you could despawn it by horsing around, literally. And now we're far away from that, so we don't have to deal with that particular threat. Okay. And then we could just kind of focus on the good stuff, right? What's the good stuff? This poor lady has been literally sacrificed to demons over and over again. I feel so bad for her. How many times have we heard her say, oh no? This is a big beefy demon. How tanky are you? What are your electrified obelisk? Okay, I hate those things. I probably can't open this unless it's 200. 275 for Gift of Living Steel in this economy? I don't know, man. About 11 minutes left in the Helltide. Boots, maybe. Honestly, I was hoping for like a chest, so that we could get like stuff I wanted, like Insatiable Fury. Is it that's called? All right, let's wait. Let's go. Goodbye. Let's go get the boots. I'm expecting to get disappointed unless there's a 925 power level there. And stick out the fallen shamans, because the shamans are a pain in the ass. They always resurrect things, right? Well, there might be something good there, but we're gonna have to wait a second. Alright, give me a second to drop some stuff that I know we're not gonna use, so that I can pick up this stuff. Hopefully it's better. 914. That was kind of disappointing. More living still. We could do the weapon cachet. Potentially, right? That was a chest that was around somewhere, right? How far down? Pretty far down. We'll try to get to it. It was like all the way up, if I remember. Well, there's one here. Gift of protection, never mind. Anything that's a gift of protection is probably something that could help. That's technically probably shouldn't have done this. But it's okay, we don't have to stay in the ring that quickly. Or that much, I should say. Just enough to be able to. We're gonna hit another level up pretty soon too. So there's that. Okay. Probably should use this to protect ourselves, because there's a lot of enemies coming in hot now. Good. Thank you, overpower damage. They're trying to force me out of the area. Nerd gloves, okay. Alright, let's see. So far, so good. I'm gonna stick here a couple more seconds, because this is the best way to generate a lot of cinders to open one chest. People don't realize that. That's why sometimes playing the more tanky characters, although they're slower, has its benefits in Helltides. Okay. I'm thinking we could probably stay in this circle of death for potentially another minute to 30 seconds, tops. Most likely a minute to 30 seconds at a time. There's a lot of big guys coming in. And yeah. Notice I said it would probably be a minute to 30. I have to bail, because if not I'll die. Okay, that's why I used landslide and saved it. Hey, we got a lot of resources out of that, so I can't complain. At all. I've got the level up that I was predicting we were gonna hit. Drop something crappy. I don't use axes in this build, or whatever they were. 906. The gloves, the 925 gloves are gonna be the best thing, right? Like, that just won the day for us. Let's go get Gift of Protection. There's 7 minutes left in this. So I told you, it goes by pretty quickly, Diablo 4. Just grinding, because there's a lot of content we can do. I will probably be wrapping pretty soon, though. I know probably you guys would prefer if I did like a 3-hour stream on this, but I don't know if I have the energy for that right now. Plus, it would be like the same type of rotation when we did. I feel like after about 2 hours of watching me do this, maybe these guys would get a little bit tired. So this than not. Okay, let's watch out here. Got a big bat that's coming for me. Goes out, goodbye. I could probably kill that if I wanted to, but it would waste a lot of time in a timed event area, so I'm just gonna try to ignore him. If he wants to come to fight me, it's a different story. Just be careful. This guy was very more tanky than I was expecting him to be. Let's take this guy out too. Okay. He was way more tanky than the other one. It's actually kind of surprising. We gotta be careful, because you see how the threat level is building up again. Chest armor. I'm not gonna pick that up, so we don't need it. Unless it's a Vast Sleeper, I don't really need it. In terms of... or not Vastly, Insatiable Fury. Well, then again, we do need a 920, not 5 Vastly as well. But neither of those. Usually we're just what we need. Okay. Let's get out of here. We did our job. I gotta hop back down. It's like we're going backwards here in a way. Just fine. Let's see. Hop backwards here. Excuse me. Got a little bit choked up there. Need to take a swig of something. Alright, let's take out the Spire of Corruption here in a second. That was a waste of a roar. I should have waited for that to spawn before using it. Okay, goodbye. Werebear! Woo! That was a horrible howl. Ow! Right? That's how you do it? Okay. Wretched soul. Okay, good. 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 What is it? Is it chest? No, it's more boots. I mean, if we get a 925 out of the boots, that would be fine, but anything else is just kind of like, eh. We get
I cannot carry.
maybe potentially 925 boots. Why do we have this? I know. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Alright, let's pick up you, and you. What did you give me? 905? 873, 886. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting an ambush though. Let's go back to base. And we'll figure out what we're going to do. I don't think it's worth staying for the rest of the Helltide, even though we got 252. We could open up... No, it was 275, wasn't it? For the gift of Living Steel. We could try to push it. Try to push it if we want. But... should we push it? Give me a quick second, okay? But there's a lot of stuff here we don't need, right? 925, we'll keep that, just in case. Just in case I see something else. Only thing I'm concerned about is the 925, no. Bye. Something better than you now. This one, I'll probably wait to do that at the end of the stream, though. We don't waste too much time here. No. It's better, but worse. 905. We have 925 boots already, so unless we're replacing, there's no point for that. No. Could we use it? Maybe not really. Not for what we're trying to accomplish. I think the Helltide's already over, right?
Come back if you need the forge.
Unfortunate if that's the case. Maybe, maybe not. Let's find out. 275 in 2 minutes. Possible? We were at 250? If we get back to it. It depends on the distance of the chest too, right? So like if it's in an area where... I'll still pick these up because it's like stuff to get crafting, right? 2 minutes. How far do we have to go for it? Over here. Let's try. Because the R one, I know what it is. It's a amulet, which I don't need amulets, right? But if we could get something rare out of that air chest, which is plausible, we might be good for us, in theory. Implausibility, I don't know. We'll see, right? You never really know in this game sometimes. Sometimes I get good runs, sometimes I get bad runs, just like we're for items today, I felt like. Maybe less than stellar run. Oh, those guys drop usually okay stuff. A minute left though? I can't play with my food too much here, you could say. Okay, we got what we needed. So now we gotta just speed to get to the chest. So we're definitely... Ah, I wasted the horse. I thought it wasn't one of those. Ah, we might not make it because I just wasted the horse. Wait for the horse to go back and pull down here. Okay, thank you. we will potentially make it as long as I don't get stuck with like a wax pipe. Only problem is I gotta take these guys out because they will interfere with me trying to open it. And there's a lot of these guys here. I hope nobody comes here and starts trolling me right now. Because there's somebody that, like, if somebody activated a boss fight just to troll. We got it. Be careful. You saw how they were all coming for me too. We got stuff from it. Felt like that was kind of a waste, but hey, it was items. Let's pick these up just in case. I mean, it gives us our resources too, right? So I won't be able to open another chest here because it's only 45 seconds, and we don't have enough cinders anyway. So I think what we'll do is we'll go back to base to play around with the gloves in a second. We also should repair some of our gear because we have taken some hits with it. And then, oh, I don't want to do that. I wasted a baneful heart there that I'm not going to be able to get back. I tried to cancel it. You know, it wasn't going to work for us, unfortunately. It's okay, I have a lot of baneful hearts. Did I drop all this before? Oh, I'll pick it up now, right? Oh, why did I get killed? I'm a little confused by that one. Oh, thanks, I guess. Alright. Let's go back to base. Let's take a sip of hydration. Let me also check how much time we have left on stream, because I think we're hour 37 minutes. Alright. Let's do this. Don't think anything else here is gonna be useful. No. 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 925, that's like the only thing we really care about. No. 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 The first things first, let's go to the merchant, or the blacksmith, so we can repair the gear that we've lost, or damaged.
I can use that.
So we're gonna repair all items. Alright. This is where it gets interesting, right? So we need these gloves. The willpower is a little less. And the life on hit and the shower resistance is a little bit less. But there's other stuff I can do to kind of fix that if I wanted to. What's this? Arcana of Misery. Did you see this? What level are you? 80. I don't need a level 80 of that. Alright.
Is always hot.
Let's also check. 20 storm damage? I don't use storm skills though. Critical strike damage. Let's do this. We don't really crowd control, so that's not helpful. What is this? Ocean healing, that's not too helpful. Thunderstruck, we don't use that. What's this? Critical strike damage, Tempest. How far would be? We'd never be able to make it to that. Back here. Dexterity, right? We never did that. We should do that. So I can do that. I'm just trying to clean up some of the nodes so that we can do, you know, more resistances are important. Alright, let's go talk to the occultist. It's over here, which is convenient. Right? So we gotta change these gloves here. So let's change them. Codex of Power. Grizzly Rage, right? Aspect of Alpha. It's an interesting one. Where Beast duration Grizzly Rage is increased. I think that's it. Let me double check. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Good to know. What was that? That's the one we're gonna do. Aspect of Werebeast. Alright. So now it is perfect in that retrospect. But now we want to increase the earth damage on it. And the other thing that we would want to do is... We're basically a ticket here to temper it, right? So we're master reworking it. Can I not do that? Can I not? Is that what it's locked to? That would be unfortunate. It's not master reworking, it's called something else, right? Yeah, alright, that's why I was like, I'm confused. Master reworking is when you do the endgame feature in the pit. Offensive. Earth damage. How many rolls we get on this? Come on, earth damage. I'm gonna skip that because I don't like the boulder. I don't use boulder, so that's useless. Try it again. Come on. Earth damage. Earth overpower damage. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's not bad. Lucky hit? It's the only other thing we can do, right? Wolves I don't use. Ravens I don't use. Horns, crowd control, barrier generation I don't use really. Alright. Screw it. Lucky hit, 22 chance to mobilize for... Okay, that could be useful.
Come back if you need the forge.
Alright. We'll do that for now.
I cannot do that here.
That's probably our best bet for now. If we could reroll stats also, if I'm not mistaken, I could probably fix the willpower if I wanted to. Right? Because I think you can reroll too. Could replace the affix, right? So like, if I wanted to fix this... Alright. Hold on. I want to see the options before I do that. Sorry, this is how you basically... We can enchant, right? Oh, stay still. Let's see. We want to be able to see the possible outcomes for it, though. View possible outcomes, okay. So, if I replace willpower, what will we get? Is there an arrow? Oh. Always hate. Sometimes I don't remember some of the buttons. So, like, if I replace life on kill, what would it give me? Overpower damage, vulnerable, armor, override. I don't really need. Like, enchanted, no, shadow resistance we gotta keep. Oh. I'm trying to see what I can replace, right? Like, if I tried to replace this one, right? What would be the outcome for that? We could increase the willpower. The critical strike to overcharge. Life on hit is not a useful skill for this build. I think what we should do, replace life on hit. Armor or attack speed. Armor for now would be okay. But that's not staying on there, just so you know. Let's try to enchant again. Life on hit, critical strike chance, no change. Trying to see if I can get something a little bit more beneficial. No change. So we have armor right now. Maximum life, damage over time, no change. Gotta roll it a couple times, so... Lightning, lucky hit chance could be good. No change. Wait on that to see if we can get a good roll out of it. Vulnerable damage. That would be useful. Replace. You just try to roll one more time. No change. 30 on that was better. Critical strike 43. That would be good, but I think vulnerable is better for now. One more roll. I know I keep saying that. It's like playing slot machines right now. We have the resources too, so it's not... No change. Alright, let's stick with that for now. That'll give us a big boost in power. Not exactly the exact way I wanted it, but it's fine. It puts us in a better spot. How much time do we have left? Let's see. Hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna do like a nightmare dungeon or two more, and I think we're gonna wrap it there for the day. Because I think like 2 hours of this is good enough. Let me pop one just in case, because I don't remember how long it's been since the last one. So, let's do that. I'm not going to go back and do another Helltide, because as you saw, we didn't really get too much for our trouble. A 925 gloves, that'll be beneficial long-term. But as far as getting any uniques today, we've had an unfortunate string of misfortune, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. Okay. Trying to see if those gloves are doing their job. Yeah. Those gloves are putting in a little bit of work. And by a little bit of work, putting in a lot of work right now. So now it's really just a matter of trying to get our uniques upgraded to 925 in power, and then this build is like, for what it's supposed to do, it'll be perfect. That's something, though, that we won't be doing on the stream today. Obviously, we're still tweaking. A slow build, slow grind, as I say. Okay, let's look here. Scorching, Raffle. Okay, good. Take those out. Take that out. Activate the pylon. What am I getting here? 2 switches, okay. Not to be confused with the Nintendo Switch. So I think what we'll do is get crowd controlled by our enemies. I was gonna landslide over that way. It's probably my own fault for not activating Bulwark for the obvious. Okay, good. I definitely feel a lot stronger with the gloves on with those rolls. Okay. Let's go. Open. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's wait. Let's take care of this. I know there's an enemy behind me, that's why I wanted to attack first. Because if not, it'd be kind of foolish. Okay, goodbye. I thought that was the door. I don't know, I have brain fire. We'll rotate back this way just simply because I want, like, to deal with enemies. Oh, and that pylon's gonna help. Great. Perfect. This was worth coming back this way, then. Why? Because this is vulnerable damage. Okay, goodbye. 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 This would have been perfect had I spawned this where it was near like a vent area in here. Let's open the chest. Okay, good. Let's swing back the opposite way. That way we can get to our gate, and then we'll probably fight like a boss. And then I think we're pretty much good to go at this point. Like, even though I don't have 925 and everything yet, I think pretty much we're good. What level tier is this nightmare dungeon? Does it say? Tier 31. So we got a while to go before we're at tier 46. I could probably do a tier 46 with this build, but it won't be the most comfortable yet. So we're gonna hold off on that instead. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Like I always say when it comes to Diablo content, everybody knows this. Diablo in general builds like it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So what ends up happening is like this is a long-term type of journey. You do it in small increments, which kind of upsets people because like some people want to just speed through the content, and you can. If you're a speedrunner, you can do that. I can speedrun, not with this build, but I can speedrun with our builds for it. Or if you're playing seasonal, you can definitely. But you know, sometimes I like to take my time with the older builds that are more, you know, tanky. All right, so we're going back around this way. I don't know, is this gonna be a boss fight? I'm thinking it's a boss fight. But the way the door spawn, I'm thinking kill all enemies instead is probably what's gonna be the challenge here. Slay all enemies, I called it. Did I not call it? Did I not call it, guys? I told you, I was like, the way it's set up. Usually a boss fight is a door that's straight in front of you, facing northward. Okay. Good. 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 There's enemies behind me. Let me take care of them. Enemy in front of me. Let me take care of him. Alright. Let's see. Good. 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 Take a hit because I was getting too aggro there, and that's my own fault. So open a rack. Not that you get anything good out of the rack, but just in case, the off chance that you might get something. I know there's an enemy over that way. I just want to take care of these guys first. Probably have to swing back too, right? It looks like we're gonna have to swing back at some point. Alright, let me pop a shield because you see how many of them, and also let me use a debilitating roar. That group came to play. They were serious. They meant business. And so did I. I know you're not ready yet. You're kind of lazy, Druid. Alright, let's go. I definitely wish that they would bring back Hurricane Druid as a viable build, though. That was like my preferred style playing Druid. I don't really like the transformation builds. And there's still Storm Druid, but it doesn't really interest me too much. Alright. Should be able to... There's 4 enemies remaining? No, 15. Where are the 15? Show me where these 15 are. I don't see them on my screen. Oh, they're over this way, that's why. We missed a spot. Okay, let's hit that just in case. Alright. Enemy horde is coming, that's fine. Let's roar. Show them that we mean business. This guy's tanky, so I'll have to landslide. Okay. Perfect. Bravissimo. Now we just gotta go all the way back up that way to the door, and we'll actually fight a boss. And I think probably that's where we're gonna call it. Give or take. Still feel like the better way to go is the Nightmare Dungeons in terms of grinding for experience, though. Chamber of Loss. Oh, this thing's gonna pop big time. Put the shield up. Okay. Let me wait. Grizzly Rage here. See, most bosses... I think we actually just got a unique. Potentially we picked up. Hopefully something could use. Let's use Exploit here. Werebear? Did I pick up a unique? It looked like I picked up one. 916 pants, okay. No. 925. Another 925 breastplate, but I don't need that. No, we got trolled. 916 though in the pants is not bad. Dexterity. Resistance. Got that there, right? Who's down here? Willpower. Okay, let's see. I have no more there. Lightning resistance. I might next come back this way and try to swing here just to increase lightning resistance. Just for the hell of it. Because I think we might have enough levels to be able to get the lightning resistance there. That's not something obvious I'm doing today, though. Maybe in the future. I'm really disappointed with that we didn't get a unique today. But, hey, that's some of the time that happens with Diablo 4. But I believe we are going to call it there for Diablo 4. We'll just go to the merch in a quick second. Just because it's been fun, it's been grindy, like it should be. And I enjoyed the time that I had, but I think about 2 hours today feels just about right. For me, personally, to be able to... Because I don't want to, like, burn myself out on Diablo, really, at the moment. And we were just trying to do small goals. The 925 boots are going to be helpful. These... The pants... You know, they're pants. They're not perfect pants, though. You know, do I have ovals? I do. We could roast some ovals and hopefully get lucky.
I see that look in your eye.
We could try for Insatiable Fury, because it's sacred, I need an ancestral one. The chances of this dropping this way, very low, but let's try.
There's a not bad. There's a lucky find. Tell your friends where you got it.
Doesn't look like we got it there. I mean, the possibility of that happening there, rather low, but I always hold on to hope just in case. 865, 898, 919, 920. That wasn't so bad, even though we have 3 925s at that point. Okay. 829 or 892, excuse me. No, nothing good.
That looks worn. I can
Junk.
fix it.
Roll an amulet, maybe. Roll a ring. Try to roll a ring.
Just tell your friends where
No.
you got it.
No. 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 You gave me crap as to be expected. You never want to play Gamba, but that's what happens. At least we got resources, right? Alright, that's what we're gonna call it for Diablo 4. I think that's enough for today. Let's go back. Let's leave the game. We had fun. We got a couple of level ups too. I think we had 3 or 4 level ups in the span of 2 hours. So they have definitely done things to make the leveling up in Eternal Realm a little bit better. Yeah, because we start at what, 81? So we have 3 levels in 2 hours, which is pretty good. I remember back in the day it took you 3 hours to hit 1 level. So Vessel Hatred, October 8th, 2024. We will, you know, obviously be returning really in full force to Diablo then. As you can see, my seasonal character from the season, level 100. Necromancer, level 100. Sorcerer/sorceress, level 100. As you see, Barbarian, level 100. This is an extra sorceress I have that I'll eventually delete. This is the Druid. That's the only thing I have left to do at level 100. So we've been doing quite a lot of grinding over the last year in Diablo 4, which is why I don't play it as much. So I'm just, you know, a little bit burnt out, some might say, in regards to that. But let me throw on my wings. We'll have a little brief chat here as to what's to be expected for the rest of the week on the channel. I wanted to give back to, like, the Diablo fans, because I know a lot of you know me from Diablo, and I don't play it as much, and, you know, I've been trying to grant user request stuff for a while. So, you know, and now with the new model, especially, I wanted to remind people, hey, I do play Diablo 4. I will probably play again in October. I don't know really about Season 5, though, because it's going to be like a 2-month season. I'm not really feeling it. Just be honest with you, I'd rather wait to start a brand new season with the expansion coming out, because I think that would be more fun for me, personally. Let's go over the schedule, though, for the rest of the week. Alright, so today was Diablo 4, which we finally did, so I made good on my promise. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, Monster Hunter World Iceborne will be jumping into SOS request. I'll be messing around with build. Then on Thursday, Dead by Daylight will return once again. We'll be playing Dead by Daylight, 5 p.m. Eastern as well. On Friday, Movie Watch Along is back after the special Head Patter Pass that we did last week. So we will be watching arguably what's considered one of the worst movies ever made. That being Howard the Duck, which is available on Tubi, so I'll be watching it with you on Tubi. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Saturday, Fall Guys, as I promised, like for the last 2 weeks. We'll try to do Fall Guys, we'll have some fun. We'll have some laughs. Hopefully we'll win a crown or 2. And, you know what? That's what we have planned for this week. I'm off Sunday. I'm off Monday. I'm usually always off Sundays and Mondays due to business. So keep that in mind. And then we have pretty much a very fun, varied week. You got a return of Diablo. You got the return of Dead by Daylight. You got Monster Hunter World in there as well. We got Fall Guys. The one thing you'll notice in the absence is Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, I don't really have too many more builds I can mess around with. And I'm maxed out in the Battle Pass for that, or the Dual Pass as it's called. So, and yeah, there's a new season of Ranked, but it's not going to really reward me a lot of gem currency. So I'm waiting for like a new event that actually will make me be interested to kind of sweat in Ranked right now, or to do something else. Or I'm waiting for like new packs to release that would allow me to play different builds and try around and experiment with some fun stuff. But like, considering I'm low on UR right now, that's not really possible or feasible for really doing stuff. So we're going to be slowing down in Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. So might see one next week depending on interest. But yeah, for the time being though, this week Diablo 4, which I wanted to put in Monster Hunter, Dead by Daylight, Fall Guys. That's what we're doing game-wise, and then Movie Watch Along. Alright guys, well, with that being said, I am going to take my leave here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to all my chatters. Thank you to all my lurkers, VOD watchers. If you survive to the end, put the devil emoji in the chat, that or not in the chat, but the comments, so I know that you actually were here and watching. With that being said, though, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and most importantly, I appreciate you.